Okay, so here is my new season look, which is kind of my interpretation of smoke and mirrors. So I've obviously prepped my face with my moisturiser and brightening primer by Benefit. It's called That Gal. Next I'm using my L'Oreal True Match foundation mixed with a drop of Bronze Hero Luster Drops from MAC. So this is just going to basically give me a bit more of that dewy sheen. I'm also using my foundation brush here to kind of paint it on, which is by Benefit, which I'm not usually a fan of using because it gives me too much that dewy look, which you can see right now. It's kind of the shine effect. But in this case, that's kind of what we're going for. That's a big part of this look. So, wow, I'm looking kind of yellow right there at the moment, but I promise it kind of tones itself down a little bit. So coming up next, once I've covered my face with all that to kind of give me that dusty 70s type tan effect, I think that I'm going to be using Erase Paste by Benefit, just kind of letting myself catch up there. I'm just going to pat that into my skin a little bit to make sure that it's evenly coated all over, so I don't have any foundation brush lines or anything like that. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, onto Erase Paste by Benefit. The brushes that I'm using from this stage onwards are by Eco Tools. They are absolutely fantastic. I got them in a 5 brush pack, which I think cost me about £13 or something like that. It was really good. So obviously I'm using the concealer brush here, which is working pretty well to cover up those little imperfections and blemishes. Get right in there under the eyes, make sure that there's no bags or horrible bits like that. And a bit on my nose just to kind of even the tone out on the top. Nextly, I'm going to be moving on to my Hoola bronzer, and I'm using the bronzer brush by Eco Tools again. So originally at this stage I'm just going to kind of put some in underneath my cheekbones, just a little light coating. I will be adding more a little later on, just because this look is all about the tan look. So it's time to show off those tans that we all got in the summer, girls. Just kind of dust it over the bits where the light would hit your face, so your forehead, nose, chin, and then into those cheekbones for a bit of contouring. Now it's time for a bit of blush. I'm using the, this is a lip tint, lip and cheek tint that I found at Victoria's Secret in the Beauty Rush range. The colour is I Pink I Can, which I think is such a cute little name. And it's like basically a cream blush, which you can use also as a lipstick, which is kind of good. Next I'm using the highlighter Luster Drops by MAC, which is in Pink Rebel. I'm just going to kind of dot that over the tops of my cheekbones to give again that dewy look, make me look really fresh and wide awake. This look is so completely different than what I would usually go for. I'm usually a massive fan of just the matte kind of effect. You'll see that I'm not actually using any powder in this tutorial, because that is basically the opposite of what we're going for. So I just put a bit of that in my Cupid's bow to spread my lip. Now I've already done one of my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and do the eye that will appear on the right hand side. So at the moment I'm dusting on Pikachu by MAC. And I'm going to dust that all the way up to the top. I have actually primed my eyes with a bit of Lemonade by Benefit, but I kind of skipped that bit out of the video for some odd reason, it didn't record. So dust that all the way up to my brow for a bit of extra highlight. This is Ultra. This is... oh, I don't actually remember what they're all called. I'll have to go through it again in a second. They're all MAC colours basically. So first I'm going to use the lighter, which is in Shroom. Dust that all the way over. Next I'm using Ultra by MAC onto my lid, just kind of on the lid, and kind of dust that out a little bit further to make a bit of a kind of cat eye, or more like an almond shape, to be honest. Yeah, there you see we're going out, extending a little bit further past the outer part of the socket of the eye, right there. dust that over for a complete covering. Looking good so far. I'm actually going to use the shadow part of the Browsings by Benefit now to kind of outline into the socket of my eye. Kind of gives that 60s mod effect, but a little more subtle than you would usually expect from you know, a more standard traditional eyeline type style. You can see that eye is starting to take shape now. See, I've got two separate brushes. One is a blender brush and one is a regular eyeshadow application brush, and like I said, from Eco Tools. So next I'm using Woodwinked, which is a very popular MAC shadow, and I'm just extending that up over the socket of the eye and into the corners, like the inner corners. This is a kind of sheeny, metallic-y type colour, which looks really pretty. You can't really get the full effect on the video, but in person it looks really good. And then now I'm using Vamp by MAC, and I'm going to use that to line the underneath part of my eye and extend the look a little bit past my lash line. You can see I've extended it into a bit of a flick on the other side, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm not going to be using any actual eyeliner, so that's kind of the effect that we're going for here with the shadow. It's important that at this stage the shadow is applied with the correct sort of brush, so I'm using an angled eyeliner brush with a bit of water on it, so it's a little bit wet, because this will allow for easier application. There we go. Now I've got the other brush out again, and I'm using that colour, that Romp by MAC again, kind of in the crease area, like in the socket area of my eye. I'm going to kind of finish this look off with this palette that I got from Victoria's Secret. It's a metallic sort of collection. It's called Metallic Eyes, and I'm using their whiter champagne colour for just the inner corners of my eyes, just to give that wider eye look. Now it's time for my favourite beauty tool of the moment, which is my Sally Hansen lash curlers. Curl those lashes. A couple of coats of Grow Luscious mascara. That is by Revlon. And the kind of look that we're going for with the mascara isn't so much the separated lash look, it's actually quite the opposite. We want it to be really, really obvious that you're wearing mascara at this stage. I'm actually not going to apply false lashes during this tutorial, but you're more than welcome to, and it would look really, really good. I think that when I actually go out, I will be applying the false lashes to the effect as well. As you can see, I'm coating the mascara on in not a very gentle way, it's more kind of just to get them black. And here on the bottom lashes, I'm about to use the tip of the mascara brush, like you can see there, just to put on some of the lumps. Like, we kind of want that clumpy look with this. Just clear up any little dots that I've put on my face by accident there. So I'm kind of just dotting around the corners of my eyes right now, just to make sure that they're kind of even both sides. Now I'm just going to neaten up my brows. And there, it's done. That was neating up my brows with the Browsings by Benefit, but just with the gel part of it, because we don't want so much of a thick brow as usual. I just applied some extra bronzer, which was Hoola by Benefit again, and now I'm putting on a bit more of that Beauty Rush lip and cheek tint from Victoria's Secret. Put some on my lips right there, because we want a kind of, it's not a completely neutral lip, but it's a bit of a nude lip with a bit of a sheen to it. So I've just put a bit of my luster drops onto my lip there, dotted it all over. So your lips are kind of a very light baby pink type colour at this stage. I'm just popping on a bit more of that Beauty Rush. I'm quite hooked onto this product at the moment. I'm just going to pat that onto my cheeks to make it look a bit more perfect. And the look is complete. Thanks for watching. Bye.